Hi.
Assalamualaikum. Welcome to our podcast,
Beyond
Console. I'm Fahhada, your host for today. In this podcast, we are going to talk about the rise of PlayStation. And to discuss it deeper, we have our guest for today.
Hi everyone, I am Mia.
Hi, I'm Wia.
Hello, I'm KHAIRINA.
Hi, I'm Zul.
Sony is not a new name, right? Did you guys know PlayStation is under Sony? Have you guys played PlayStation before?
Yes.
I mean, even if you haven't, I'm sure you must be very familiar with the name of PlayStation, right? But did you guys know when it was launched? The original PlayStation was launched in December 1994, marking Sony's start in gaming. With 3D graphics and strong storytelling, it quickly captured global attention, selling over 100 million units. Then the PlayStation 2 arrived and became the best-selling console of all time. Now that we know a little bit about the history of PlayStation, right? How about we move to the organization's objective? Nia, can you elaborate more?
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so let's dive into Sony's PlayStation commitment to innovation and technological advancement. So with each new console, Sony has raised the bar in gaming technology, and it has many improvements in terms of graphic, processing, and immersive experience. And for example, starting with the original PlayStation in 1994, we can saw specs like 32-bit processing, 650 MB storage, and a max resolution of 480p, cutting edge at the time. And then fast forward to 2000, PlayStation 2 introduced 1 to 8-bit graphic, and even they added internet connectivity. And then did you guys know that the PlayStation 3 was the first system to use Blu-ray discs in 2006, which is significantly increased storage capacity.
Oh wow, it's new information for me. I also noticed that until now, the PS5 comes with more updated specs that provide better graphic, faster speed, and more storage too.
Yes, we are. And it also has features like 8K support and advanced upscaling through the PlayStation Spectra Super Resolution, which AI-driven upscaling to provide sharper image.
Wow, absolutely. It's amazing to see how far they have come. And what about Sony PlayStation work on technology and accessibility? Can you give the objective of it and any example?
Or about the technology and accessibility, Sony's objective is to break down gaming barriers and make game more accessible across device. And Sony is investing heavily in cloud infrastructure, which enabling players to access hundreds of games instantly without needing a console. And for example, PlayStation now let users stream and play games on device like PC, and in the future even in the phone. And recently, PS5 cloud streaming became available on the PS5 itself through PlayStation Plus Premium, offering support for various resolution, high quality audio, and even in-game purchases. And you know, it's clear that Sony is making gaming as accessible as possible.
Right. It's amazing to see how they are bringing gaming within reach for so many, no matter what device they are using. Thanks, Nia, for explaining PlayStation goals and vision. Alright, let's dive into how Sony bring all these big ideas to life. Cik Zul, I know you got a lot to share.
That's right, Fada. Before that, I didn't expect that Nia to have so many stories about the early days of PlayStation. I almost made myself forget about the history too. Okay, Sony has been making a big move with the PlayStation brand. One of the biggest innovation is the PlayStation VR2. It's not just a VR headset. It track your eyes and give feedback based on your what are you looking.
Oh yeah, I have read about that too. The single code setup is such a game changer, making it much easier for players to dive into VR without the hassle. And plus, with eye tracking, it's like the game reacts to you in real time. Immersion at a whole new level.
Yeah, the VR2 sounds wild. And with PlayStation now, Sony's really taking gaming beyond just the console, right? And now you can stream gaming from everywhere, from a huge library on a different device. It's like the Netflix of gaming.
Exactly, Karina. PlayStation now let you start game at home and continue on your PC or phone when you are out. Anytime, anywhere. It's very convenient and makes the games accessible to more people.
And speaking of access, the DualSense controller is another massive step forward. I tried it out. It has adaptive triggers and haptic feedback that make every movement feel so real, like when you pull back a bowstring or feel the vibration of different terrains in the game.
Wow, so impressive, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and don't forget about the Tempest 3D audio tag. It creates special sounds so players can hear exactly where sounds are coming from. Imagine hearing footsteps sneaking up from behind or the rain falling all around you. Adds so much to the experience.
Sony really has thought of everything to make it as immersive as possible. And
Yes.
they're not just sticking to games, right? They're also expanding into movies and series too with the PlayStation production.
Yeah, it's like the Uncharted movies and the Last of Us series. It's amazing how they are bringing the PlayStation universe to a bigger screen, reaching fans who might not even play the game but love the stories.
And speak about the movies. Have you watched Gran Turismo on Netflix? It's so incredible and it is very amazing.
Yeah, I watch it. The way they capture the racing action really brings the game to life. You can feel the intensity just like when you're playing on PlayStation.
Sony is smart to adapt their game like this. It is another way to reach fans and let them experience PlayStation's stories beyond the console.
Definitely. Sony is building an entire entertainment ecosystem. It keeping the PlayStation brand strong in gaming, and TV, and also the film.
Sony's really nailed it with all these tech initiatives. I believe that behind every success, there must be challenges that must be dealt with. As for Sony itself, what are the challenges that they need to overcome, like the infamous PS5 supply shortage? What actually happened there?
Great question, Fada. So actually, Sony launched one of the most anticipated consoles in history, which is the PS5. But then, a global semiconductor shortage hits. It was like baking the world's best cake but having only half the ingredients. COVID-19 disrupted everything, and chips, which power almost every device today, were suddenly super scarce. Sony had customers waiting for months. Some of them are still waiting.
So it wasn't just Apple's causing that, huh? That's wild. But speaking of competitors, I hear that Microsoft has been on a buying spree. How is that shaking things up?
It's not just a small change. It's a huge battle in the gaming world. Microsoft went all out, buying famous game studios like Bethesda and recently Activision Blizzard. These are the studio behind massive hits like The Elder Scroll, Fallout, Call of Duty, and Overwatch. By making this game exclusive, Microsoft has made Xbox more appealing. This has put Sony in a difficult position, especially since PlayStation fans love the brand but want to try other games from the competitors.
I can see how that would cause some drama. Alright, let's pivot to the cloud gaming world. How is Sony keeping up there?
Cloud gaming, a brave new world. Microsoft Xbox Game Pass is basically the Netflix of gaming. One subscription, endless games. Sony PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now are catching up, but they are not as big yet. They are kind of like the underdog in the streaming wars. Sony definitely ramping things up, but I think if cloud gaming really takes off, Sony will need a unique twist to stand out.
Ah, I see. Okay, back to Ria. So, what's the vibe among PlayStation fans about all this? Are they excited about the cloud gaming?
It's a mixed bag. Some gamers love the convenience of streaming games anywhere, but others still crave that owning the game feeling. Plus, cloud gaming requires a strong internet connection, which is not accessible to everyone. And Sony's loyal fan base appreciates high quality exclusive game, so they'll need to find a balance between the traditional console gaming and cloud based options.
Moving on, Karina, what are the achievements that Sony has achieved after facing all the challenges we talked about?
Okay, Fada, great question. So looking at the all challenges Sony's faced, it's pretty amazing to see what they have achieved with the PlayStation. I mean, let's talk about the market dominance. Just last year, they sold around 21 million PS5s. That's actually their best year since launch, making it the top console on the market right now. And Sony also has four of its console in the all-time top 10 bestseller list, with the PlayStation 2 still holding the record at over 158 million sold.
Yeah, plus in 2022, Sony was absolutely dominating, holding nearly 88% of global console market and generating about 26 billion from game and network services. And PlayStation has even become Sony's top performing division since 2014, showing it's really at the heart of gaming culture.
Oh, that's impressive. What more did Sony achieve?
Well, innovation is key. Since 1994, Sony has pushed the boundaries of gaming. They embrace virtual reality with the PlayStation VR and the new VR 2, capturing over 32% of the extended reality market by early 2023. Plus, the DualShock controller was one of the first with the vibration feedback, and the PS5's SSD cuts load times drastically. Sony is always raising the bar in gaming innovation.
Yes, it's not only about selling console. Sony has built a strong community around PlayStation. Gamer are just not buying console; they are becoming part of the culture, sharing experience and connecting with others. The feeling of belonging is a big reason why PlayStation is so successful.
Oh, and guys, don't forget about the merchandise. It really adds to that community vibe. And wearing PlayStation gear is a way for fans to show their love for gaming and connect with each other. And it's more than just stuff, it's about being part of something special.
Wow, there's a lot of achievements Sony has achieved. So, as we wrap up today's episode, let's recap Sony's PlayStation journey. Through innovation, Sony has transformed gaming with powerful consoles like PS5 and cool tech like the DualSense controller and PlayStation VR. But it hasn't been without challenges though. Sony faced hardware shortage, stiff competition from Microsoft, and the need to adapt to AI advancement. By tackling these issues, Sony's PlayStation can improve their availability and user experiences while staying responsible in the industry. The results are impressive. PlayStation is more than just hardware, it's a thriving community for millions of gamers, shaping how they connect and share their experience. If this video gives you new information, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. That's all from us. Thank you. Bye!